I'm going to show you the crocheted cast on, which is a provisional cast on if you need to have live stitches at the base of your work. You need a contrasting yarn and then your project yarn. They should be the same weight. I apologize, this is worsted weight and this is bulky, but that's what I had on hand. To begin, you need your crochet hook and a knitting needle. Make a slip knot in the contrasting yarn and put your crochet hook through that. Snug that up. Then your knitting needle comes to be in front of your working yarn. Just like you're going to knit, hold your yarn how you hold it. The knitting needle needs to be on top of that contrasting yarn. I usually then hold the tail of the slip knot against the needle or between my fingers to just keep it from wandering away. Crochet hook comes over the knitting needle, yarn over and draw through. One cast on stitch made. This yarn goes behind the knitting needle, so you're in exactly the same position as before with the needle on top of the yarn. Crochet hook over the top, yarn over, draw through. 2 stitches made. Over the top, yarn over. The important thing is to always take your working yarn behind the knitting needle between every stitch. Behind the knitting needle. Behind the knitting needle. When you get to that last stitch, this I have wool so I can just break the yarn. At your last cast on stitch that you need, you can just pull that yarn through. Then I usually take my project yarn, wrap it around the pinky on my right hand just to keep it secure. And then you're just going to knit into your crocheted cast on as you would knit any other stitches. You need to snug up that first stitch. It tends to get kind of loose. So just snug that up and you're good to go. I have with me here a piece that I've been working on already. It's long enough to unzip the crochet cast on. If you're going to be doing Kitchener stitch, you want to end with a wrong side row so that you're ready to knit across. I just take my knitting needle and grab this. This is the base of the crochet cast on. This is the last stitch that we created, so we're gonna just underneath it pull that tail, and then you're just unzip your crochet stitches. I like to catch my knits as I go here. I tend to do this slowly because I don't want to drop any stitches. It would be a bit of a bear to recapture those. Wool is nice, it's not slick. If your yarn is slick and you're concerned in pulling out your crochet stitches that you might lose them, you can insert the tip of your knitting needle and then pull it out, which is usually how I do the last stitch or two anyway, because they're kind of tricky sometimes. There you have it. Now you're ready. You want double pointed needles though to do Kitchener. But that's how you unzip a crochet cast on.